Philadelphia, and Phil Gingrey, Congressman from Georgia. You, I should say, are a Democrat. You, I should point out, are a Republican. Congressman Gingrey, what is the one thing you would like to hear come out of the president's mouth tonight?
Well, I would like, Tyler, quite honestly, I would like to hear the president say that he's going to follow through on other egregious rules and regulations like he did in ground level ozone. I think that was a great decision on his part. I'm proud to see him do that because
this was the EPA
rule on coal-fired power plants and tremendously costly. A lot of jobs would be lost. Good decision by the president. But there are a lot of other things that EPA has come up with: cement MAC, coal ash MAC, all of these issues that would really hurt the economy of West Virginia and the coal-producing states. And and the other thing, I think that we clearly need to get those free trade agreements to the Congress so that we can get those passed. I want patent reform to be completed. In regard to some of the other things that are likely to come up, the payroll tax abatement sounds good, and we've had it now for the worker, and there's this idea of maybe including it and extend it to the employer, unless that's tagged with the creation of jobs in exchange for that payroll tax abatement for the employer. I would not be in favor of it.
Congressman Schwartz, Congressman Gingrey has talked about regulation. He's talked about a variety of things, but not really those things that the president is likeliest to talk about, which is the extension of the payroll tax holiday for employees, maybe extending it to employers, incentives for business, probably small business, to get them to hire, a variety of other infrastructure spending. What would you like to hear him say tonight that would get jobs growing in your district?
Yeah, what I'm hearing at home, and I think Americans are saying across the country, is what they need us to be doing, and the president is going to demonstrate real leadership tonight in talking about, one, is creating some stability and renewed confidence in our economy, and really setting out the number of things that we can do to stimulate economic growth and jobs in the private sector. And the president's going to lay out, I believe, and this is what he should do, is ways to help small businesses move ahead and to be able to make sure that middle-class Americans have more money in their pockets.
Forgive me, my enthusiasm gets the better of me sometimes. But Congressman Gingrey just said that one of the things, and if I could just sort of put words in your mouth, Congressman, the idea here to create confidence would be to suspend or look hard at regulations that business sincerely says have caused them to hesitate, to pull back. Should that be a part of it?
Well, the president has already committed to be look at regulations that he thinks, are the right balance of making sure that we have the accountability and oversight on our major industries in particular, and he's already committed to doing that. I think really what's much more important tonight is for the president to say, how do we grow the economy? How do we create new jobs? The government doesn't do it. The private sector does it. So it's somewhat indirect. Again, we're going to put more money in people's pockets, middle-class Americans' pockets, so that they can spend it, meet their needs. And we're going to help our most innovative businesses, but small businesses, give them the incentives for hiring to be able to go ahead. We've done some of that. We're also going to, and I think this is important, is what the president's going to, I believe, do is to call on Republicans to really work with us to get this done. The American people are asking us to do that. They can, raise issues that they're concerned about. Of course, that's everyone's right in Congress. But right now is a moment where we need to be able to help move this economy forward. And if we don't incentivize our most innovative businesses, if we don't help middle-class Americans have dollars in their pockets, if we don't help small businesses grow, and the president's going to talk about infrastructure.
I want to get to that.
And that's a place where I hope we can reach some agreement, because it's real jobs for Americans and it's real needs for this country's economic growth.
We took 4 minutes until we got to the word infrastructure spending, and that is apparently one of the things the president is going to call for tonight. Congressman Gingrey, does more spending on infrastructure, investment in bridges, tunnels, airports, etc., have a place in a jobs-creating package from where you sit?
Well, it had a place in the first stimulus, $850 billion that we spent in, February of 2009, and we didn't grow any jobs. So I'm concerned about that. Allison used a couple of terms that perked my interest, and one of them was called balance, and the other one called confidence. And I agree with her, but quite honestly, to get the the balance word that I want the president to say is to come out and endorse a balanced budget amendment. Wouldn't that be fabulous if the president tonight said, I support the passage, 2/3 majority in both chambers of a balanced budget amendment that we will vote on before Thanksgiving. And the other thing in regard to confidence, how could you restore confidence more than saying, and furthermore, I think that the Bush tax cuts should be extended permanently beyond 2012.
I am afraid as we are, I beg your pardon.
We could change the subject, but I actually think it would be great to be able to answer some of those questions and really respond to what
I'm afraid the chairman of the Federal Reserve is about to speak, which is why we have less time than we would like. We'll have you back more. Appreciate both of your being with us. Folks, back to you.
All right, and you can watch the president's speech right here on CNBC in a special report beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And up next,